Guys, this is Ryo Kotsu with Team This Guy, standing here with Dozer and Shadow Fox. I'm bringing you the first in a set of 7 deck profiles. We'll be starting with the Infernity deck profile owned by Shadow Fox over here. So, after he shows you the 7 decks, we're going to get right into the action.
Oh yeah, that's right. Those are face down because they're mysteries. But yeah, the next 2 we'll do will be Dark World, owned by Ryo Kotsu, and a Rock Defense deck that was previously owned by yours truly, but is now owned by that guy over there. Anyways, let's get right into the Infernities. So, we'll start off with 3 Infernity Beetles, 3 Infernity Necromancers, 3 Avengers, 2 Guardians, 2 Beasts, 2 Mirage, 1 Archfiend, 1 Stygian Street Patrol, and 1 Karibo. Now, when it comes to these monsters, you're definitely going to want to run 3 of these, and you're definitely going to want to run the Archfiend.
Basically because Necromancer, normally when you have an Archfiend in the graveyard, you special summon Archfiend from the graveyard using Necromancer's ability, and it lets you draw and draw power. That's the whole reason why I only run 1 Archfiend in the deck, because it's infinite draw power.
And all you need is 1 Archfiend.
All you do need is 1 Archfiend, because you don't want to top deck an Archfiend and not have any room to special summon it with, or just have too many on the field and not know what to do. With the magic cards.
Onward to magic cards, yeah. We have 1 Infernity Launcher, 1 Zero Max, 1 Swords Revealing Light, 1 MST, and then our 3 staples, Heavy Storm, Foolish Burial, and Monster Reborn. Not really much to say about these. Self-explanatory, I'd say. So, next we have our traps. 3 Infernity Breaks, 3 Forces, 3 Infernos, 2 7 Tools,
Which can be switched out for Infernity Barriers if you so choose, but they are kind of expensive.
So we're just...
and
tools works.
yeah, we're cheap here, 7 tools. 2 Calls, 1 Hate Buster, and our only staple in the traps, Torrential.
Now people may ask why I pile up on the Infernity traps. 3 Infernos will actually mill you out very perfectly, because of the sheer fact that A, you could add cards to your hand with Archfiend and pitch them to the graveyard. B, run into cards that actually pop your own cards back to your hand, which then you would need an Inferno to pitch them to the graveyard. Or C, any other instance you can come up with that would actually add cards to your hand, i.e. a Morphing Jar. Almost to the end of these traps. Hate Buster. Say you actually run into cards in your hand and you can't get rid of them. Say you have Infernity Guardian on your side of the field, and you have cards in your hand. Hate Buster in your hand. Instant way to blow up your monster, your opponent's monster when they attack, and deal your opponent some damage. Probably winning you the game. But enough about the monster magic and trap cards. Let's move on to the synchro pile.
Or, as we like to call them, mashed potatoes, because I guarantee with this deck you'll be synchroing a lot.
Instant synchro, just add tuners.
Alright, so your staple synchros for this deck will be your Infernity Doom Dragons, which we call Infernity Boom Dragons,
And
or Silly Hat Dragon.
And the newest addition to the Infernity family, Void Ogre Dragon. Now he may not be an Infernity monster, but his effect does require not having it in a hand, so I tend to slot him in the Infernity family as well.
So, next on, which, from here on out, you can build this side deck however you see fit for the deck. It's just, everything else is optional. 100 Eyes, it's recommended, but again, don't really need it. Dark End Dragon, Frozen Fitzgerald, Red Dragon Archfiend, and Red Nova Dragon, Stardust, Shooting Star, Formula Synchron, and
any level 6 synchros. Preferably 2 of them, because the way this deck runs, you should be able to synchro summon into level 6s and then level 8s. With no problem.
With no problem. Yeah, so recommended for, as far as level 6, would be Gaia Knight like we have here, and if you don't feel like running Flame Veil Euclidus, you would definitely run like Iron Chain Dragon. Very good choice right there.
Now, the main boss of this deck, we said before, this deck can run on pretty much any type of synchro monster that requires one tuner or one or more non-tuner monsters. But the main deck is focused around Infernity Doom Dragon, because of the sheer fact that it has Infernity in its name. Therefore, you can use cards like Infernity Force to negate an opponent's attack, or cards like Infernity Necromancer to special summon it back from the graveyard.
Now, for those of you who are unfamiliar with what it is, or what it does, it's a 8-star Synchro Dark Dragon with 3,000 attack, 2,500 defense. Its effect is, while you have no cards in your hand, you can destroy one monster your opponent controls, and they'll take damage equal to half of its attack.
Now, keep in mind, if that monster is face down, they take no damage from it because of the fact that it is considered 0/0 when it's face down on the field. Now that you know the effect of Infernity Doom Dragon, you should be able to figure out the actual combo with it, where you would actually pull off having 3 Doom Dragons on the field. My basic combo, having one in defense mode, using it to pop any monster your opponent has, using one for attacking after the monster
It's destroyed.
after the monster is destroyed,
And always having your Void Ogre Dragon on the field.
and like I said before, the 3 Doom Dragons are your main boss for this deck. Void Ogre Dragon, yes, you can bring him into it because of the fact that he has the whole if you have no cards in your hand requirement, but he is optional for those that just say, I want to run over my opponents with this deck.
Alright. Is that it for you?
Basically, that should be about it. Given the basic deck layout, you should be able to figure out all the basic combos with this deck. Like I said, Infernity Doom Dragons are your primary synchro monster for this deck, but you can use just about any other level 8 synchro monster you choose. Even so much as going as far as synchro summoning Red Nova Dragon or Shooting Star Dragon, because this deck does have that potential if you do it correctly.
And or Shooting Quasar.
That included Shooting Quasar.
So, with that, this is... What?
We will be releasing advanced combos after we do the entire 7-set deck list. Once we bring you the set of 7, we will go through advanced combos just in case people like to know everything that can go on. So, with this, signing out is Ryukotsu, Shadowfox,
And Dozer.
with Team This Guy.
Alright.